Okay, cool. So listen, in order to understand the massive opportunity of the Internet of Things, you first need to look back in history and realize that every 10 years or so, there's a massive shift in computing, and we are right now on the cusp of a new era. We are moving right now from an app economy into a post-app world. There are two really interesting technologies that have converged over the past 10 years to produce this massive opportunity. One is Internet of Things, and the other is actually cloud computing. It's those two combined that produce what I call ambient computing. So in other words, I believe that the phrase Internet of Things is actually not good enough because it focuses too much on things, which are shiny objects that find their way into your kitchen drawer. But when you combine it with cloud computing, you suddenly have the ability to create things like bots. Bots are the new apps. And I am most excited at People Power Company for having kind of secretly created over the past 4 years a very powerful bot server that enables us to add thoughts to things. Smart homes today are just not good enough. In fact, I would claim smart homes are pretty stupid. You have to arm the early adopters with these clumsy if-then sorts of rules so that they can automate their homes. And typically what happens is you have a person who's like a husband of the house, and he geeks out. He turns on geofencing on his phone, and then he drives away, and the wife and kids are left sad because the house is powering down around them. And that's just not good enough. We got to do better than this. So with bots, today we have the ability to add features and services to any internet-connected device in the same way that mobile app developers today can add new features to your smartphone. So for example, we can take any internet-connected thermostat and turn it into a learning thermostat. We can take dumb entry sensors and motion sensors and add intelligence to them, combining machine learning and artificial intelligence types of solutions to learn what it looks like for a person to leave the house, or what it looks like for them to come home, or to learn day after day and week after week grandma's patterns as she moves through the house so we can detect abnormalities and know if she fell down. There's also lighting that learns, and my house actually learns my lights. I don't need to program it. I just use the lights throughout the day, and then when I'm gone, my house makes it look like I'm home when I'm not. Now, the thing to push this market forward is to stop calling it smart homes and really call it something that people give a shit about. It's security, it's energy, it's senior care services. This summer, we're launching one of the first professionally monitored security solutions on the planet that actually learns from people's homes. These services are meaningful, and they're getting adopted today by Tier 1 service providers that People Power works with throughout the world and across 4 different continents. And I believe what this is laying the foundation for is for developers to get out there and create other services that matter, giving them a channel into this market by creating bots that are purchased by users who pay a recurring fee into an engine that actually pays a lot of money out to the developers. And if there's one thing that the old-fashioned app economy taught us, it's that the app store that makes developers the most money wins. So this is a massive opportunity for lots of people. You can check out and explore our bot lab today at github.com. And People Power is looking for Series C investors, and we're evaluating opportunities there. We're also looking for clever machine learning types of minded people, artificial intelligence developers who can get in and create something new here. Bots written in Python, which is the de facto language for this type of service, combining all of the machine learning tools that Python offers, is going to actually shift this entire market into a new era of computing. That's it. Thank you very much. Did I make my Q&A time? Is that great? Excellent. So, questions? Yeah. Yeah, so for example, instead of worrying about these if-then rules, which are very limited, you would be able to browse and purchase services that attach to your home in the same way that you can browse and purchase apps that attach to your smartphone. And with the click of a button, you can now enable this entire intelligence that's powered by a bot. And these bots are very modular, so developers can create as many bots as they'd like. And no, everything is running off of either, it's really primarily running off of the cloud. So one of the cool things is on your smartphone today, you have all the sensors combined with the processing power right there. What the Internet of Things and cloud computing is offering is the ability to put that processor somewhere else and have really dumb sensors elsewhere. So you can actually put your bots in the server, and they're adding intelligence to all of the sensors around you. Yes? The question was, is the hope of People Power to be the hub that people distribute their bots through? In one sense, yes. I think there's a path to get into this market. It starts with producing services that people really care about and adopt, and then you enable the developers to get in and make really interesting services. It's kind of like mobile app developers couldn't really get started until they actually had a smartphone in their hands. So. Yes, let's take you. Well, that is to be determined, because actually what we're doing right now is People Power has signed contracts with 5 of the world's top service providers, and we are on a mission right now to make them successful, and that will then make other developers successful. I think that Apple serves a good model. One of the really interesting things about the bots and ambient computing is that you're not just producing a feature that goes onto a phone, you're actually going beyond the boundaries and limitations of a screen, and you're producing services that listen to real-time data that is continually streaming. So instead of a one-time download fee, it's more like it justifies a recurring fee for developers. I am not going to answer that question right now, okay? But I will say, look to Apple as an example of how to manage an app store properly. Yes, tomorrow in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, we are applying our bot services to a utility company there that is producing a demand response program. This will actually allow these bots to learn your comfort preferences in the home and negotiate on your behalf with the rest of the community to save energy in your home while balancing energy for the entire community.